it is our Wild Wednesday, and if you want to get kids excited about heading back to school, how about filling up the classroom with critters from Once in a Wild's mobile zoo?
They are so cute. I'm always happy when you're here. Yes, founder and lead animal specialist Amanda Winter here to tell us more about the classroom experience. Obviously, you brought some friends, and we're going to start with, you have one on you there, but we're going to start with the...
We'll get back to him for sure. We'll talk about who this is in a little bit. But over there on the end, we do have two of our beautiful guinea pigs here today, Iggy Pop and Billy Joe Armstrong.
Okay, they look like shampoo ads right now because
they do.
Who does your hair? It's so silky. But they grow it themselves, right?
They do. They're pretty easygoing as far as that goes.
Okay. And the name guinea pig, where does it come from?
Yeah, guinea pig is pretty deceiving of a name because they're neither from Guinea nor are they pigs. So they're actually a rodent from South America. But when people came over to discover the Americas, they saw a bunch of really cute little rodents over there that the Peruvian people were actually raising for farm animals. And they saw these cute little rodents. They thought, oh, that would make the perfect little lap pet. So they started bringing them over to Europe and selling them for a matter of guineas, which is where they got the name the guinea. And then pig comes from the squealing sounds that they can make.
Yes, and I hear that every morning. We have one at home named Cupcake, so they are very vocal and very social, right?
Cupcake is a perfect name for a guinea pig. You're welcome to pet them if you'd like, Fiona. I know you're itching to do it. Or Jen,
yeah, don't mind me. All right,
Now, they're light sleepers?
They are light sleepers. So one really neat thing, one of my favorite facts about a guinea pig is they're up for 20 hours a day. They have all the energy from little short 5-minute naps throughout the day that can be up to about 4 hours.
Oh my gosh, they're my ghost ranger spirit animal.
He needs to get one.
Not me at all.
They're super cute.
I need all the sleep.
Okay.
This guy's really cool.
Yeah, our next animal friend is Ghost, and she's an underwater salamander known as an axolotl. She's actually an albino, but they are brown in the wild, and they're only from one tiny little area in Mexico called Xochimilco.
Okay, and they can regenerate which body parts?
Any body part.
Any body part.
Pretty much any body part. They just have to be alive still to regenerate their body.
Course.
So if the whole head is gone, they can't do that. But they could regenerate part of their head. They could regenerate an arm, a leg very easily, a tail of course, but any bodily organ as well. They can regenerate in a matter of 3 weeks.
Wow.
What? Yeah.
So what does she eat?
They're carnivores as adults. As tadpoles, when they're babies, they can eat a little bit of algae as well and other plants. But typically they're going to eat like worms and small water critters like that, or bugs, even other amphibians sometimes, really whatever will fit into their mouth.
You mentioned they don't have any teeth, right?
They don't really have teeth. They have to gulp their food and swallow it.
And they stay underwater?
They do stay underwater. They're one of the few type of amphibians to not metamorphosize into a land animal per se. They'll stay underwater. They're pretty much their whole life.
Okay.
And this is part of the classroom experience, right? Because you go to daycares and schools as well.
Daycares and schools, really anywhere, but we're talking about schools today and educational things. We can bring something like a educational show and tell, where we talk about the animals kind of one by one. We're doing like a mini version right now, right? But we would kind of do it more extensively, of course, about the animals that you would like to see. And we can also do something called a meet and greet, where the animals will be set up, great for like STEM nights and parent nights, where everybody can come up and visit them at their leisure. So that's another option too. But lots of options for the schools and daycares, any age.
Any age. All right. And speaking of age, how old is this guy right here?
He is probably around 6 or 7 years old. This is BT. BT is a blue tongue skink, and you guys are welcome to actually pet him on the back if you would like to. To me, they feel like corn on the cob when they on their back.
Oh yeah.
And your turn will be in a minute, buddy. They will actually kind of mimic a snake to stay alive in the wild, because most animals don't mess with like venomous snakes and things like that in the wild, of course. They live in Australia, where you might find a death adder snake, which looks very much like them. But they're harmless. Now that I told you that, he is harmless. You pet him already. They're not venomous, not poisonous, nothing like that. And they do have a blue tongue to show off their kind of bright color to maybe say, oh, watch out, they may have poison or something like that. But it's not true.
Defense mechanism.
But it's a defense mechanism. That's right.
That's amazing.
Speaking of venomous.
Okay.
Here we go with the mama of the year, as we like to guess.
Xena, the African flat rock scorpion. You can see how she's kind of flattening her body right now. That is where they get the name the flat rock. They like to be like inside of small like crevices and things like that.
Okay, I thought she was just like as low as she can to pounce as high as she can.
No, they don't jump or pounce, not at all. In fact, these guys only eat a couple of times a year. They're a desert type of scorpion, so they have adapted to eating very, very little. And also they don't really come out very often except at night. So mostly come out at night.
So
but they are mom of the year. They have their babies live. They crawl on their backs. They hold them as long as they can. Babies will eventually get a little bit older and leave their mom, but they're excellent mothers.
That's what happens.
They get a bad rap though.
How many babies does she have?
She had 39 for us, but they can have 50, 60 more.
And
Lots
so,
of babies.
as far as venom and scorpions, she has some really big claws, right?
She does. So the scorpions with the biggest claws kind of looks like a big crab. That's how they're going to hunt. They're going to hunt with their claws as opposed to their tail because this species has very little venom. She certainly isn't deadly to a person nor even significant at all. So if you see a scorpion with a fat tail and tiny claws, those are the ones you don't want to touch. And I don't recommend touching any of them anyway.
That is your public service announcement for today from
Once in a
SA
while
Live.
told you, Amanda.
Yes.
Once in a while.
And who is this?
This is Rango back again. Rango is our Eurasian eagle owl. He is actually 8 years old now. He'll be 9 in November. These guys are a long-lived species as well. They can live into their 60s or more. That's where they get the phrase, the wise old owl. Old is right, wise debatable. But they can live a long time. And he is just gorgeous, huh?
And he has
beautiful owl.
great vision, I hear, right?
They do. They have excellent eyesight. They can see over 100 yards away in the night and still see sharply. So if you were to hold a penny across a football field in the dark, he would still be able to read the fine print on the penny 100 yards away. And they hear just as well as they see, because oftentimes animals hide, so they have to have a secondary sense to pick up their prey, right, to find their prey. So they're going to use their ears. Their ears are not visible to the human eye because of their feathers on top of their ears, and the ears are very sensitive as well. Just as sensitive as the eyes, but also crooked, so they can triangulate sound with their kind of like, have you ever seen like the owl dance?
No, show me. Oh, yes.
Oh, that.
Okay.
That's
how they will figure out sound.
Okay, they're listening. I'm gonna try that. See if it helps me. Okay.
Amanda Winter, thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Yes. For more information on Once in a Wild Mobile Zoo, just snap that QR code right there on your screen and it takes you to our website. Make sure to click the As Seen on SA Live tab to get to that link. Thank you so much for bringing all these friends.
Celebrate San Antonio with us on YouTube.
Yeah, all of your favorite DIY videos, food, drinks, tips, and tricks. If you've seen it here, it's on the SA Live YouTube channel.
Just search KSAT SA Live on YouTube and like, subscribe, and ring the bell.